Welcome back, episode 6. Meanwhile, within the village, the two guards who had just returned from a patrol had found their village in an uproar. Chaos reigned supreme as villagers fled screaming about some monster that had arrived at the market plaza, and obviously the two of them, armed with their weapons, rushed in to deal with the threat. Another attack already? First those crafty Kitsune crooks sneak in twice, and now this? Hikage, report. What is it this time? Several shop owners all report seeing the same girl enter their shops, take food, and eat it without paying. Oh my god, I thought this was going to be a... Oh my, hold on. No. This will have to do. Food, eat without paying. Then seem to turn through and then melt away. She was reported nearby, but I... One girl causing so much havoc in my town? A useless guardsman. Hikage, come with me. We will deal with this one girl ourselves. I don't know if I can. What do you mean? Oh, a spirit. Right. Narume, I need you to ensure that no one gets near. I'm trusting you with this. To the relief of Narume, the katana-wielding girl stepped forward into the shop, which had a crowd of people gathered around it. Devious monster, show yourself to me this instant. Surrender yourself and I might let you go free. However, the moment she tried to enter the building, a large pink mass surged outwards, knocking her back onto the grass. Miyo! At Miyo's shout, a shadow stirred from under a nearby building, and upon closer inspection, a girl seemed to be occupied drowning several bottles of sake before she dropped them and turned to look at the source that startled her. When she moved into the light, it became revealed she was, in fact, not a villager, but a slime girl. Oh my! That tasty drink got spilled because you shouted. Now I'm a sad girl. What the? Ahem. You're not welcome here, Spirit. You have caused chaos, and that tasty drink, as you say, is not yours. You are a thief and an interloper. Leave immediately. I'm not a thief. I get the feeling that the other four spirits are innocent as well. Besides, what's an interpopper? I said interpreter, didn't I? Bollocks. You're trying to act like a smarty pants just because I don't know those fancy words. Typical. It means you do not belong here. This is not your place. Liar! The forest is my home, and this place is a part of the forest, and therefore I am not a thief, for everything in the forest belongs to me and my sisters, including you. Oh my. What do you mean? Don't try anything funny, Spirit. I have fought against your kind before, and still stand strong today. Hikage, evacuate the citizens. Seems a human girl wants to play. Do not belittle my defense of this village. Ha! The woman lunged forward with her katana drawn and slashed through the spirit's body. However, the slice that appeared sealed up almost as quickly, rendering the attack completely ineffective. Haha, that tickles. With the sword stuck inside the slime girl's body, the spirit quickly lashed forward, spraying several jets of slimy substance against Miyo's, who soon found that the slime that came into contact with her clothes. Oh! It's... Oh! High School DxD flashback again! Let's see how confident you are about your sword and clothes. Humming the last part with a childish playfulness, the slime girl pushed the swords woman down onto the grass, the slime that had been splattered on her starting to harden and stuck her against the ground. Oh my! I've got another thumbnail. What the? Let me go, cheater, devious fiend. Hehe, you're the silly one who tried to use a sword against me. Don't you know girls like me can easily bounce off such things? Besides, this way I might be able to continue eating in peace. Now be a good girl and be stuck there while I grab more yummies. Never! I will not rest until you are vanquished. Damn you! Oh god, it's useless. Once my slime hardens, a human like you won't be able to just break out of it, especially one who is powerless without her sharp stick. I assure you, I am more than just a monkey with a what? Didn't say monkey at all. I am more than just a monkey with a sharp stick. You will never break my stamina. You will not make me silent. Ugh! Miyo strained at the sticky solid mass, clenching her fists as best she could to try and get herself free. The slime cracked here and there, but nothing that would indicate that it was ready to yield. Yes, you're stuck. You're a stuck monkey, but you're kind of loud. Gives me a headache. Playfully tapping her forehead, the slime girl giggled at Miyo's desperate attempt to break free. Just answer me this. Why are you spirits targeting us? You could go anywhere. You could spend your days hidden deep within your forest, and yet you constantly attack us, constantly throw our lives around like they were nothing. But the forest is boring. There isn't anyone around to play with aside from my sisters, and you humans are such a curious bunch. I'll bet it's no fun that you all raise your swords, torches and pitchforks anytime we visit it. It is even less fun having to rebuild our homes every time you visit. It is less fun having our lives ruined every time you are bored and wish to play. We're not toys, you monsters. We are humans, proud, wise, strong beings with souls and minds. We will not stand idly by as you terrorize us forever. I don't know about the proud and strong part, because you do realize that if it wasn't for my slime, you'd be giving the villagers a show they wouldn't soon forget. That's not... You're the one who... My clothes are... That's not important right now. If it wasn't for your goo, I would still have my clothes on. Fiend, monster, bratty little thing. Oh, you'd rather have me remove my slime? But then again, you're kind of annoying me with your nagging. Maybe I'd need to punish you a little. The slime girl smiled mischievously at Miyo, causing the slime that covered the girl to push more strongly against her body, almost painfully so. Ah! This is nothing to compared to what this village has had to endure. I only came by to get some yummies. You're the ones who made a show of it. You took from many shops without paying for it. Actually, maybe I should wrap you in a cocoon and drag you back to my home. Then I won't have to visit the village to play with someone anymore. If that is what it would take, I would do anything to protect this village and the people inside it. If you can promise me that you will not return to the village then. You aren't exactly in the right position to make demands. Stop! You can't go in there. There they are. Mego-chan, go use your magic. Right! The sound of rushed footsteps came from the crowd outside when suddenly the slime girl felt her body growing warmer than normally. Small flame sparks seemingly resonating around her body, causing her body to slowly melt. At the same time, from amidst the crowd, 3 figures appeared to obstruct the slime girl from her prey. 2 kitsune, one of them apparently muttering an incantation of sorts, while the other was holding some sort of ritualistic staff. Trailing behind them slightly was the naginata wielding guard who was being accompanied by a guy. Please, Narumi-san, we are trying to help. I don't want to have to stop you. If you think you can save Miyo, then okay, just know that if any funny business goes down, I will chop your head clean off. Alright, I hope the girls know what they're doing. Sakura, what are you doing here? You, Kitsune! While the slime girl was being distracted by the kitsune, I ran over to Miyuri's side, using all the strength of my arms to tug at the slime that covered her. However, the only thing I seemed to do was tear lightly at it, and it would take a bit before I could free her. They are here to help, so use your energy for something useful, like tearing this damned slime rather than yelling at the top of your lungs. Ah, Machiko, have you come to play with them also? Please, tell your sister to stop her spell. It is rather tingly. Mako, keep up the good work. No, Sakura, I have not come to play. You are a fool, a bubble-brained moron. Why are you harassing the villagers? If you wanted food, you know you should come to the mansion. Meaning, Machiko, you can't tell me what to do. Not to mention the food from the village is tastier than the fruit at your place. Besides, I just wanted to play with them after I had some yummies. But then they started screaming, and this monkey girl with her sharp stick tried to scare me away. I will not stand for these insults. Just wait until I'm free. Miyo, you'll be in all your glory. So yeah, I suggest you wait until you get some clothes. Oni-sama, the spell is almost done. If I keep going on it, it might... Just a little more, Chibiko. Sakura, I do not wish this to happen. You know what will occur if Mako's spell is allowed to continue to work. You might get stick in your midget form for a long time, and I'm certain you do not want that. Leave this village, please. Huh, you're going to melt me? That's unfair. My sisters won't be happy to hear Machiko and Mako sided with the silly humans against me when all I was doing was playing with them. I'll be back. And with those words, the slime girl seemingly started to melt into a pool of water that moved out of the shop and soon disappeared from sight. Oh my, that was a poor transition. Oh my, what an interesting battle! We saw Miyo in almost all her glory. After the slime girl had disappeared from the village, I succeeded in tearing off the slime that covered Miyo. Oh my. However, with the slime seemingly shattering into pieces, Miyo was found to have lost any form of cover, causing me to quickly raise my hand to cover my eyes. Don't you dare look at me! In a hurry, the girl rushed away, most likely to find a change of clothes. With the slime girl gone, the villagers turned towards the kitsune with confused gazes. The tension in the air was thick, so thick it was almost moldable, as they seemed uncertain what to expect, when finally a familiar figure emerged from within the crowd. It's a pleasure to see you again, Takahiro-kun, even if the circumstances surrounding this meeting are rather odd. What are you saying, Elder? What are you saying, Elder? That man is clearly in cahoots with the spirits. Wait a moment, those girls just wanted to help. Oni-sama, my head hurts. It's okay, sweetie. I'm here, just hold tightly onto me. I'll protect you, and so will Taka-ni. It's a trap! It's a trap! Silence! How dare you act with such hostility towards those that just saved our homes? Narumi. The crowd seemed rather startled by the firmness in the old man's voice, but soon obeyed, some of them feeling rather ashamed all of a sudden. It is clear you and your companions have not come here with ill intentions, Takahiro-kun, but you must forgive the village of its nervousness and hostility. As you have most likely noticed already, contact between spirits and humans have been rather problematic at best. I can understand their concern, but will you at least hear me out? Very well. If that is what you desire, then it will be the least we can do for those who have helped to save this village upon this day. However, let us wait for the chief of the guard to return. I believe it will be important for her to hear what you have to say. I'll go find Oji-san. Feeling grateful that the elder had granted me the chance to carry out my plan, we waited for Miyo to return. Thankfully, the elder brought us to somewhere private where Machiko could tend to Mako without the crowds of villagers looking on in contempt. Ugh, how many times am I going to have to say, I am sorry, I froze, okay? I panicked. Your sword technique is stronger than my Naginata. What was I even going to achieve? That is unacceptable. I will reprimand. What are those creatures doing here? Hayate-sama, this is highly irregular. She's highly irregular. Shh, Meiko-chan. There are guests. Tezuku Dono. There are guests, Tezuku Dono. You shall treat them with the respect they deserve. Now take a seat and listen to their tale. That's an order. Yes, Hayate-sama. First and foremost, let me express my gratitude for helping save this village. While Tezuku Dono's brave attempt to stop the spirit allowed us to prevent damage from expanding, I dread to think of the fate that would have awaited her should the spirit have been allowed to have her way with one of our villagers. Therefore, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for saving Tezuka no Dono and the village, Takahiro-kun and Kitsune-san. No problem, Tezu-chan told us to do it. And besides, Sakura's stupid smelly meanie pants. A stupid smelly meanie pants. Your gratitude is accepted humbly, Elder-san. Narumi-chan. Tezuki no Dono. Thank you, Meiko-san. Chi-chan. Chi-cha. Machiko-san. You really helped us out in a pinch there. You've got more guts than me. That girl had me terrified. Have you not considered that they are still working with that monster, and this is all just a ruse to sneak into the village and steal what little resources we have left? The man sighed for a moment before his gaze sharpened at Miyo, his tone surprisingly stern compared to how he had been talking. So harsh was his voice that the warrior woman visibly flinched. Miyo, you seem to be underestimating the power of the spirits. If those three had joined forces with that spirit, there would have possibly been no village left to defend. The man sighed deeply and shook his head while he explained further. Be grateful not all spirits are against us. If that was the case, we would have no chance. Do I need to remind you we can barely stand our ground against them when on their own? Should they collaborate, all would be lost. Hayate-san, you must understand my situation. I cannot simply play pretend like I'm friends with a spirit. Not after everything that has been done to us. But for now, I would at least remain silent on the matter. There was more at stake than my personal feud. I know this, Kitsune. If I find either of you doing anything untoward, I will personally test whether my sword goes through you just as ineffectively as it went through the monster. There shall be no such deed within this house. Now, Takahiro-kun, you mentioned you wanted to tell us something. Could it be related to the younger one of your companion's comment? I find it curious to hear her mention the name of an elder spirit like Tsuri. Yes, in fact what I'm about to tell is something I learned directly from her. The plot is about to be busted wide open. You mean you met her in person? I nodded, my head firmly while I started speaking. Oh my, the music suddenly got a bit more serious. There is a reason behind the fact that the spirits have such a peculiar behavior towards humans. Doesn't it strike you as odd that there are only spirits in this particular area? It is true that there has been no spirit sightings to be found outside this region, but what does that have to do with us? It has something to do with this region, rather than the people living inside it. You see, the spirits that been troubling you, they aren't of this world. You mean to say? Takakun, what are you saying? We are spirits, but surely we are still of this world? Oni-sama, what does that mean? Tsuri told me you two would likely not remember it, because you were akin to human children at the time. However, it's a fact that the spirits have a world of their own, and an accident has caused both worlds to merge temporarily with each other. It is the same reason why Tsuri is the only elder spirit among you. Then wouldn't it make more sense if there were actually more spirits around? Not exactly. The rift between both worlds was sealed quickly, but not before a few spirits were trapped here. Machiko-chan, Meiko-chan, and the 4 spirits were those that were unfortunate enough to be separated from their kin. However, I believe Tsuri willingly crossed into this realm to watch over them. Machiko-chan and Meiko-chan, you two remember being raised by Tsuri for a while, right? That's private. Tsuru-chan took care of us for a little bit, but then one day she took us to the mansion and sort of just left us. Now we can only visit her when she wants us to. Then what about the 4 other spirits? Despite being powerful spirits, Tsuri has to act accordingly to certain limitations. As a result, she was unable to reach the 4 other spirits and was forced to leave Machiko-chan and Meiko-chan behind once they were old enough to fend for themselves. ... I don't know what to say. I need a minute. Might I use another room to compose myself? I'll show you. I can take you somewhere and look you over to make sure you don't do anything fiendish and all that. Come on, Machiko-chan, this way. When Machiko and Narume left the room, I sighed softly and turned my focus back onto the conversation. Oh god, Miyo is about... I don't think she'll be swayed that easily, but I think she'll be pushed slightly. I think we're going to need something a lot more. Now, about the panty theft. Alright, the Kitsune seemed rather adamant about obtaining the underwear of our guards at all costs. What purpose did that hold? Surely those girls have undergarments of their own. It was a simple mistake. The spell said it needed maiden silk. How was I supposed to know that means something other than silky things a girl wears? It was an innocent mistake, of course. It was an innocent mistake. Of course, a Kitsune wouldn't know that maiden silk is another term as humans use for a wedding sash. Innocent my rear. If they really thought that, they could have just used their own. Nah, that's where you're wrong. Only Sama and me don't... Okay. So wait. You two... so that means when she was on top of us... Okay. Okay, I've turned red. I think we should quickly change the subject. Yes, we should. So going on, Tsuri suggested that we find a way to help the village. It might go some way to mend the problems with the spirits, and might grant them enough favour within the village for the sash. But for what purpose would they have needed such an item? Peh, silly man, I already said I needed it for a spell. Meiko-chan, the village elder isn't a magician, so you can't expect him to understand your intentions. Basically, Meiko-chan has been studying a spell that would allow her to travel to another realm. Why would she desire such a power? Imagine for a moment, elder son, you're far away from this village, stuck without a way to return to your beloved ones. Beloved ones or beloved? Let's go with beloved ones. To make matters worse, you're in a place foreign to you with beings that are unlike any you have known your entire life. Now if you had power that would allow you to go anywhere, where would you go? You're saying that? Yes. While they weren't aware of it, they must have subconsciously felt they were different from you all. They were foreigners in a world that wasn't theirs, and the only thing they desired, to go home. Oh, we're pushing Miyo. Oh, good. Home. Kinda. I guess I just wanted to cast a spell to see what it did. Tatsu-chan told me if I ever felt like that, I should ask her first, but then go with it. So I did, and she didn't warn me about anything. So I just thought it was like any other spell. and yet you seemed persistent in completing it, even if it means getting into trouble with the guards. I think it's a natural thing, Mako-chan. Whether it's humans or spirits, everyone desires a place they call their own. To be able to be accepted for who they are. Isn't that right, Elder-san? But I am accepted for who I am here, whenever I'm with you, Takani. I'd certainly feel sad if everyone ended up rejecting me just because of who I am. Surely not all spirits are good beings, but perhaps we have been too quick at judging them all for evil beings. For a moment I saw the elder's eyes wandering sideways to the room Narume and Machiko had entered, and his gaze softened. Unfortunately, some of us have suffered quite harshly by the events that unfolded with the spirits, so it will take time for people to come to terms with those feelings, Takahiro-kun. To be honest, I expected nothing less. Meanwhile, in the room off to the side the main room, the guard lieutenant was watching over the older Kitsune, who seemed to be in the grips of a minor panic attack. Oh my. No, this can't be right. This can't be true. I'm from this world. This world. I belong here. Don't I? Oh, questioning your existence. Maybe you should sit down, or likely lay back down or something. I can get you some pillows if you want, or... No! You could not possibly understand. You cannot know what it is like to have everything you know your whole life just pulled out from under you, completely. Actually, I do. What do you mean? It was a while ago now. I was still just a kid, maybe 5 years old. There was an incident with those other spirits. Oh, fuck. See you in the next episode!